Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host Ron Fitch, and I'm going to tell you the truth about how I was wrong about thinking Boston was going to win Game 5 and close the Sixers out. I'm glad my original prediction is coming true. Where I said Philly's going to give Boston trouble, and I'm right. They beat them a 28-11 fourth quarter. In the third quarter, Boston was up 10. They're ready to eliminate the Sixers, and they were up 10-8 all game long. But Embiid and Maxey and Grimes and Edgecombe hit some shots, and they just hung around, hung around, hung around. Then Embiid took over, and him and Maxey, I was wrong about how they. I guess it was just the rust and just him not being with the group. It took a game, but now there's symmetry between Maxey and Embiid, and I don't know. I believe in my heart they're going to beat the Celtics game 6. Maybe Pritchard goes off for 32 more points in Philadelphia. Maybe the Celtics hoist up a bunch of threes and make them because that's what they do. But the Sixers found the secret sauce. And defensively, Grimes' defense on Brown was terrific. Tatum had 24, but he's 4 from 12 from 3. Pritchard was 1 from 5 from 3. And I tell you, you look at these stats of Boston, 3-point shooting, 11 of 39. They took 39 threes. That's what they do, and they'll make a lot of them, and they overwhelm you by doing that. It's just a lack of a size and a good big man. Vujicic is a 3-point shooter, finesse type of big man, and what Embiid did, and if he's going to keep doing it, this is going to be a problem. He dug down, went inside, overpowered, overwhelmed the anybody the Celtics had. There was a lot of times Pritchard was on Embiid. So now you got to come on a double team because that's not going to work. He's backing Pritchard down. Double team. I think they did that by design because the Celtics are daring the Sixers to shoot. I think they're going to continue to do that. Paul George had 4 threes. He was 4 of 9. Edgecombe was on it this time. He had 3 threes. Oubre hit 2 threes. Grimes hit 4 3-pointers. So they did good, but the most is so important that you have an inside game. Unless you're OKC, which is the best defensive team in the NBA in the playoffs. Unless you're that type of team, you can get away with that. But SGA is so good at backing down and beat you from a mid-range, go to the foul line type of game he has. That's different. But most part, I'm a big fan of having a post game and a big that could go there to complement the 3-point shooting. You look at Karl Towns, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to stay with this game. The Sixers overpowered the Celtics. What Embiid did, he was 0 for 5 from 3. He said, okay, I'm not hoisting a bunch of threes. I'm going inside, and what he was hurting them, and he did it in the mid-third, mid-fourth quarter where they completely took over the game. He hit him with the midi over, and over. And Boston was not prepared for that. They were trying to just say, listen, Paul George, all you guys can shoot threes. We're going to pack it in. We don't have size. We don't have any real big shot blockers. They have one who's okay, rim protector. But they dared the Sixers to shoot, and they won that way. But now the Sixers saying, we're gonna make you do something you can't do. You don't have no answer for Embiid. And I saw Derek White. He's a good defender. He cannot guard Maxey. Now, Maxey did a better job of him and Embiid playing off each other. And, Drummond sets great screens, like I said before. And Maxey's going downhill. They have to do that to win in Philadelphia. Boston's going to try to close you out. Boston has home court advantage in Game 7, but a big point that needs to be stressed if Boston doesn't win Game 6, they're capable of winning Game 6. They get 23s and eliminate the Sixers. I believe the Sixers somehow, some way, in a close game, pulls this game out in home, and then we have a Game 7. And you would favor Boston in Game 7 if the Sixers get the Game 7. Think about this: Embiid has lost to Boston his whole career. Just today, he looked like he's sick of losing to Boston. And now you get Embiid in a Game 7, a one-game series to exercise all those demons, and they have no center that can bring off the bench to stop him. And all he has to do is just play his game. If I'm Boston, I try to go get a third win in Philadelphia, because the Sixers are not going to be rattled like they were a couple years ago in Game 7. Well, Harden imploded. This is a Maxey with experience, and this is Embiid starting to come around. Embiid was determined. I haven't seen this Embiid in years. He kind of moves around like the Snuffleupagus from the Sesame Street. He doesn't look like he's going at about 50 miles an hour, but it's when he's going inside with the short hook, with that beautiful bank shot off his back foot, it's beautiful to watch. And he's a willing passer. And he didn't sit at that 3-point line. He figured out, okay, I'm not going to make it. I'm going inside. And that's a problem. Boston did not expect that. And I wonder how Boston adjusts. Now, in the next game, the Knicks just beat up on the Hawks. The Hawks, that was a lack of experience. The Knicks remembered how they got beat by Indiana in the Game 5, and then they got closed out in 6. They weren't getting closed out in Atlanta. They're going to look to try to close out Atlanta. Atlanta is going to play better. The only thing that's hurting Atlanta really bad is that they don't have a post player. And McCollum had 6 points, so they're guarding him. They gave McCollum the Jordan treatment. They said he's not going to destroy us and go in the press and say ain't nobody can stop me. That is after they got burned in Game 3, which Carltown was off the court, in a silly move to stop McCullough from hitting the game winner. Now, the Knicks could have won the series, but I think it might be good in the long run that they did lose that game, because they've been all over the Hawks. And Johnson, if the Hawks are going to win, Jalen Johnson's got to hit some more outside shots. He's scoring inside pretty good. You're hoping Kuminga hits threes. He hasn't perfected that yet. And Gabe Vincent's giving them nothing off the bench. And Okawaku, who's been good. But CJ will be better. 6 points, no. He'll be better at home. And Daniels has been good. And Walker's been good. They've been good. But Jalen Johnson's got to be the guy to go along with CJ if they're going 7. If not, the Knicks Karl Towns, I've never seen him play this good. Plus 11, 16, and 14, and 6 assists. Because they say, okay, Carl's not going to kill us point-wise. So Carl said, I'm going to still drive and get my and-ones. But now when I drive and I'm backing up, okay, here comes a double team. Now I'm kicking it out to wide open shooters. And Brunson at 39, Brunson was better. I think Brunson's kind of figured out the very difficult defense in Atlanta, because they have long players that like to get steals, and they were getting to Brunson. Brunson was a lot better. Ojanobi is he's a godsend. And Jordan Clarkson, Alvarado's a pain. That was such a good pickup by the Knicks. And now if the Knicks could take care of business in Atlanta, which is possible, they could they'll play the winner of Boston and Philadelphia. And you expect Boston to win, but I want to see the adjustment they make on Embiid. And I want to see if the Sixers can continue to nail those outside shots, because they're going to double, maybe triple Embiid. That shook Boston to the core, the way he just terrorized them. And in the scrimmage in San Antonio, they're just destroying Portland. I knew that was a cakewalk. If Minnesota takes care of business in Game 6, San Antonio has a bye to the conference championship. They will mop the floor with Minnesota without DiVincenzo and Anthony Edwards. Even if Edwards comes later in the series, it'll be a sweep by then because they'll mercilessly go through Minnesota like a laxative. Now, this is kind of a legacy game for Joker. He has a championship. He's been one of the best, multiple MVPs, one of the best centers. I got him in the top 20, maybe 15. I don't have him way up like some people. I just want him to continue to climb and win. This is a big game. He's got to go after Gobert. He's got to have on the road. He knows if Denver wins this road game in Minnesota, they're going back to Denver to take it, to take out the Timberwolves. And you're going to have a better series in San Antonio because Denver has experience and you only hope that Gordon will play. I mean, they're not beating San Antonio without Gordon. If Gordon is back healthy, I give him a Deontay Wilder's puncher's chance. He's a knockout artist, but now he doesn't have the best defense, as a boxer. I would give that, but Minnesota is that's not even worth watching a single game. It'll be that dominant with Fox and Wemby and Champagne and Castle. I mean, they're the leading scorers, and Dylan Harper, who I love. I'm going to post my interview I had with him soon. Awesome how they're playing, and their general manager put that team together. And OKC's just taking care of business. They swept the Suns. There's no wasting of energy. Now, before I leave you, tomorrow's game. Now, the Lakers went up 3-0 on the Rockets, and the Rockets just look like a mess. But they look like the Rockets the last game. And their coach said, listen, we could do this. Normally, I say, no, you can't. But this is a depleted Laker team. And if they somehow, they're gonna put Pell to the metal in LA, and Kennard and Smart got to help LeBron, and Aiden. But if Şengün can score inside, and Thompson is tough with Easton and Jabari Smith playing that good defense with their length, and they're hitting shots, and the Staples Center crowd is groaning. Whoo, you talking about pressure? Now, if the Lakers win, it's OKC, and now you have Austin Reeves. I believe he's going to play tomorrow, but still, he's just getting back. But you're getting Austin Reeves a little more in the flow, and you're getting Luka back against OKC. That's different. It could be a series. But if they lose tomorrow, they're going to Houston, and they're going to lose game 6, and now you're going to 7 with all the pressure in the world. They're going to show the Yankees and Red Sox. I believe the Philadelphia Flyers blew a 3-0 lead. They'll be like, are they going to be the first team to blow it? That's why the Lakers got to win tomorrow. Because now this thing is going to go downhill, and it's going to turn to an avalanche. So they have to win tomorrow.